From 1347 to 1351, the Black Death unleashed the single most catastrophic event in medieval history. Originating in Central Asia and traveling along trade routes, this disease plunged Europe into a devastating crisis. The plague presented as a high fever, swollen lymph nodes, and vomiting. Once infected, the chance of death was a staggering 100%. The sheer scale of death destroyed the framework of society, setting the stage for dramatic change. It is estimated that the plague killed between 25 and 30 million people, or up to half of Europe's total population. This demographic collapse had two immediate and profound consequences: an economic revolution and a spiritual crisis that led to horrific violence. The most immediate effect of this pandemic was an unprecedented shortage of workers. This shifted the balance of power from the landowning aristocracy to the surviving peasant and artisan class. As Giovanni Boccaccio described the scene in Florence, the plague claimed 100,000 human creatures, emptying homes and dwellings. With fewer people to work the land values dropped, and the value of labor soared. Suddenly, the economic equilibrium that always favored landlords completely turned around. This created what historians have called a golden age for wage laborers. In northern Italy, between 1348 and 1350, wages for unskilled workers increased by a dramatic 87%. Even skilled workers saw a significant 27% jump. Governments tried to fight this economic power shift. In England, the response was the Statute of Labourers of 1351, which attempted to cap wages at pre-plague levels, threatening imprisonment for those who demanded excessive wages. The necessity of this severe law shows the scale of the economic shift. The working class, for the first time, had been empowered. As the continent was experiencing economic upheaval, the plague also triggered a profound social and religious crisis. The failure of medical authorities and spiritual leaders to explain or stop the plague created widespread distrust of the church. As clergy died alongside their communities, the status of unified Christianity was severely weakened. In the vacuum of explanation and spiritual certainty, people found a scapegoat for the horrors they were witnessing. The search for blame culminated in a devastating wave of persecution against the Jewish minority. The Jews were falsely accused of poisoning well water to intentionally spread the disease, leading to widespread and lethal justification for violence. The pogroms that followed led to the largest massacre of Jews prior to the Holocaust. To make things worse, economic motives often compounded the horrific attacks. As moneylenders, Jews were targets of debtors who wanted their debts wiped out. Furthermore, some rulers, like Charles IV, incentivized the violence by seizing and dividing the property of the murdered Jews. As we have seen, the true legacy of the plague is that sudden, traumatic events can bring out the worst features in humanity.